Chapter 3. Building Peer Networks. Port 1. 4 topics. CHOSMate. Page. Importance of peer networks in orgs. Meaning of peer network. P2P. A peer-to-peer network is a technology that allows you to connect 2 or more computers to one SYSKM. This connection allows you to easily share data without having to use a separate server for your file sharing. In orgs, the importance of peer networks are 1. Cost, 2. Reliability, 3. Implementation, 4. Scalability, administration, 6. Resource sharing. 1. Cost. The overall cost of building and maintaining a PAP network is relatively not expensive. The setup cost has been greatly reduced due to the fact that there is no central configuration, and the payment should be done only. 2. Reliability. P2P network is not dependent on a centralized system. This means that the connected computers can function independently with each other. Even if one part of the network fails, it will not disrupt other parts. 3. Implementation. It is generally easy to set up a PAPNI, requiring no advanced knowledge. Only hub or a switch is needed for the connection, and also since all the connected computers can manage themselves, it needs specialized software. 4. Scalability. Even if there are extra clients added, the performance of the network will remain the same. Sometimes more users tends to share a single file. For this case, the network will increase the availability of bandwidth. 5. Administration. There is not need of any specialized network administrator, since all the users are given the right to manage their own system. They can choose what type of files they are willing to share. 6. Resource sharing. In P2P networking, the resources are shared equally among all the users. The connected devices can provide and consume resources at the same time. And also this P2P networking can be used for locating and downloading online files easily. CHOSMate. How to influence people at workplace. Meaning of influence people. Influence is the ability to persuade, think, or act in the way you want. This Samiome to ability is an essential part of leadership. The how to influence people at workplace are 11. Build trust. 2. Be consistent. 13. Be willing to compromise and negotiate. 4. Build connections with people. 15. Don't just talk, listen. 6. Position yourself as an expert. 1. Build trust. Healthy and collaborative working relationships are built on trust. Be open and honest, and don't make colleagues feel like they are being kept out of the loop. 2. Be consistent. Set consistent rewards for employees for their hard work. Complete your own tasks on time, to a high standard, and people will believe you're consistent and reliable. If you're consistent, it is a great way to gain influence. B. Be willing to compromise and negotiate. Being too rigid in your beliefs can work against you. If you are seen as being willing to compromise or negotiate, people will. Disha. Come be more unlikely to listen to what you have said, rather than becoming defensive. 14. Building connections with people. Spend time communicating with your employees. You do not need to become best friends, but if people feel you're all working as a team, they will be more respect towards you. 5. Don't just talk, listen. The more you listen to ideas and believe in them, then the more people will woke your ideas and opinions. It's a two-way street. This shows that you respect people and it builds mutual trust. 16. Position yourself as an expert. Attending conferences. And constantly updating your skills will help you be seen as an expert in your organization, which will make people view you as a committed professional and follow you as a regularly. Shawsmate. Date. Page. Challenges in peer networking. Meaning of people networking. People networking is defined as an activity, individual to build and maintain, that helps in relationships with other people to fulfill his goals and professional ambitions. The challenges in peer networking are 1. Decentralization. 12. Performance. 3. Security. 14. Backup recovery. 5. Virus attacks. 16. Illegal content. 1. Decentralization. There is no central server. These files are stored on individual machines. This makes it more challenging for the users to locate and find files. If the search is done through each database, the users could waste a lot of time. 2. Performance. Once the number of devices connecting the network increases, there will be performance degrade, since each computer is being accessed by other users. Hence, P2P network doesn't work well with a lot of time. 3. Security. Security for individual files are less in P2P networking. There is no security other than assigning pre-permissions. If the pre-permissions are assigned, any person with the access to it will be able to log on. 14. Backup recovery. Backup is difficult in P2P networks, since the data is not centralized. It is saved on various systems. Therefore, backup needs to be done separately on each computer. Or else there should be a backup needs system for every computer. 5. Virus attacks. P2P networks are used more malware and virus attacks since each connected computer are independent to each other. If one of the computers tends to get virus infected, it could easily spread to the remaining computers even if they are protected through an antivirus or a firewall software, most often too frequently. 6. Illegal content. P2P are used to transfer copyrighted contents like movies and music by implementing into torrents. Due to this, there is a possibility of internet ban, notice from content writers, and even arrest. That is why P2P networks are less preferred among some companies and service providers. Date. PAR. Personal networking strategies. Meaning of people networking. People networking is defined as an activity individual to build and maintain, that helps in relationship with other people to fulfill his goals, professional ambitions. The personal networking strategies are 1. Set goals. 2. Reach out. 3. Keep in touch. 4. Dress appropriately. 5. Show up early at events. 16. Be punctual. 7. Listen. 8. Pay attention to your body language. 19. Stay relevant. 10. Take in notes. 1. Set goals. The first tip related to professional networks is to set goals. Think carefully and determine the purpose. The plan you develop must have clear goals so that you can follow them properly. 2. Reach out. Build a relationship by reaching out to the right people, as it will help in creating network. It includes friends, family members, colleagues, managers, etc., anyone you think can help in advancing your profession. 3. Keep in touch. You might know a lot of people, but when was the last time you had contact? Invest in relationships by keeping in touch and making contact at regular intervals. This makes your relationship stronger. 4. Dress appropriately. Make sure you know the dress code for the event you are attending. In case of doubt, pick an outfit that is washed and ironed and has a professional look. It is not right to look dishonored because it will result in the wrong impression. 5. Show up early at events. An important tip that is very useful in a professional network is showing up a bit early of events. This provides numerous opportunities for conversation and productive interactions. 6. Be punctual. If you are unable to be early, then always be punctual and arrive on time. This quality will be appreciated by one and all as it shows that you value time. It speaks highly about your character and true nature. 7. Listen. It is a proven fact that listening is more important than talking. It is easy to join in any conversation just by listening to the ongoing conversation. It shows that you are paying attention and leave a good remark. Chessmate. Pound. 8. Pay attention to your body language. Keep your posture open with shoulders back, spine straight, head up and arms and loges in crossed. This will make you look good and people will approach you without hesitation. 19. Stay relevant. Stay up to date with new developments that are happening in and around your surroundings. Learn new things and share the knowledge with your network. Staying relevant will keep you and boost your professional networking capabilities. 10. Take notes. An individual will talk to several people in an event, and only a few are essential for him. Keep a tiny notebook with you and write down important information in them, 80 that you can refer to it later. Chapter 3. Essentials of Communication. Part Point 2. Communication Process. Definition of communication. According to Harold Kuntz and Hans Weyrich, communication is transfer of information from the sender to the receiver, with the information being understood by the receiver. The process of communication is L. Right pointing arrow sender, encoding, message, channel, receiver, decoding, 1. Sender, 2. Encoding. It is the process of converting the message into communication symbols like sender means a person who conveys his thought or ideas to the receiver. Words, pictures, body gestures, etc. 3. Message. Once the encoding is finished, the send gets the message that B intends to convey. 4. Channel. It is the path through which encoded message is transmitted to receiver. The channel may be face-to-face, phone call, internet, etc. 5. Receiver. The receiver is the person who receives the communication of the sender. 6. Decoding. Here, the receiver interprets the sender's message and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. 7. Feedback. It includes all those actions of receiver indicating that he has received an understood message of sender. Barriers to effective communication. Right pointing arrow definition of communication. Meaning of barriers to effective communication. Communication barriers are the problems that arise at every stage of the communication process and have the potential to create misunderstanding and confusion. The barriers to effective communication are semantic barriers, organizational barriers. 3. P's psychological barriers. 4. Personal barriers. 1. Semantic barriers. Semantic barrier refers to the barriers which take place due to the use of wrong words, faulty translations, different interpretations, etc. The semantic barriers are as follows. A. Badly expressed message. 2. Symbols with different meaning. 3. Faulty translations. 4. Unclarified assumptions. 2. Organizational barriers. Null barriers refers to org, the barriers which generates within the org. Structure, authority, rules and regulations, etc. The orgal barriers are as follows. 1. Org policy. 2. Rules and regulations. 3. Status. 4. Orgal facilities. 3. Psychological barriers. It refers to the barriers which is created due to lack of interest in people and mentally disturbed. The psychological barriers are as follows. 1. Premature evaluation. 2. Lack of attention. 3. Loss by transmission and poor retention. 4. Distrust. 4. Personal barriers. It refers to the barriers, the personal factors of both sender and receiver may exert influence on effective communication. Personal barriers are as follows. 1. Fear of challenge to authority. 2. Lack of confidence of superior on subordinates. 3. Unwillingness to communicate. 4. Lack of proper incentives. How to overcome the barriers of communication, or improving communication effectiveness. Right pointing arrow definition of communication. How to overcome barriers are: 1. Clarity of ideas. 2. Free communication according to the need of receiver. Consult others before communication. 4. Be aware of language, tone and content of message. 5. Convey things of help and value to the listener. 6. Ensure proper feedback. 7. Communica for present as well as future. 8. Follow-up communication. 9. Be a good listener. 10. Free from distractions. 1. Clarity of ideas. The person sending the communication should be very clear in his mind about what he wants to say. 2. Communicate according to the need of the receiver. The send of the communication should prepare the structure of the message not according to his loud level but according to the level of receiver. Number 2A2 My Elmaratid 2201. 3. Consult others before communication. While planning the message, the sender can get suggestions from all the persons concerned, which contribute the success of communication system. 4. Be aware of language, tone and content of 8 message. The sender should frame the message in clear and beautiful language. Tone of the message should not hurt the feelings of the receiver and content of message should be brief. 5. Convey things of help and value to the listener. The matter of the message should be helpful to the receiver. His need and interest should be kept in mind. 6. Ensure proper feedback. The sender should adopt proper method of feedback to check whether the receiver has understood the message properly or not. 7. Communicate for present as well as future. Communication is need to meet the existing commitments to maintain consistency. The communication should aim at future goals of the enterprise. 8. Follow-up communication. In order to make effective communication, the management should regularly try to know the weakness of the communication system. 9. Be a good listener. Both the sender and receiver must be good listeners. Both should listen to each other carefully and have positive attitude. 10. Free from distractions. The sender of communication and the receiver of communication want to communicate each other in a location that is free from distractions. Types of communication. Right pointing arrow definition of communication. The types of communication are: A. Formal communication, vertical communication. 2. Horizontal communication. B. Informal communication. A formal communication. Formal communication flows through official channels designed in the organization chart. This communication takes place BW the superior EP subordinates, E vice versa, X orders, reports, etc. 1. Vertical communication. It refers to the communication which flows vertically, i.e., upwards or downwards through formal channels. 9. Upward communication refers to flow of communication from subordinate to superior X, reports. B. Downward communication refers to the sow of communication from superior to subordinate X orders. 2. Horizontal communication. It refers to the communication which flows horizontally, one division to another division. The different types of communication networks in formal communications. 1. Single chain. 2. Hool. 3. Circular. 4. Free flow. 5. Inverted V. B. Informal communication. Informal communication takes place without following the formal lines of communication, usually in the form of rumors, gossips, etc., also called as grapevine communication. The different types of communication networks in informal communication. 1. Single stand network. 2. Gossip network. 3. Probability network. 4. Cluster network. 1. Single stand network. It refers to each person communicates to the other in sequence. 2. Gossip network. It refers to each person communicate with all on non-selective basis. 3. Probability network. It refers to the individual communicates randomly with other individual. 4. Cluster network. It refers to the individual communicates with only those people who he trusts more. It is most popular in DRG. Channels of communication. Right pointing arrow definition of communication. The channels of communication are 1. Emails, instant messaging platforms. 3. Video conference. 4. Phone calls. Social media. 1. Emails. Emails are IMP channels of communication for quick conversations, sending or receiving con attachments and contacting larger groups of people. 2. Instant messaging platforms. It allows teams to communicate instantly and directly with one another. This type of platform can help to increase overall communication. 3. Video conference. It allows for communication that includes both verbal and non-verbal cues. It allows more personal interaction than an email or phone call. 4. Phone calls. Phone calls can clear up confusion or convey new information across long distances in conference calls. Can allow multiple people to take part in a conversation. 5. Social media. Social media platforms are a popular way to communicate about now products and promotions and increases their overall brand awareness through social media.